Hello, it's Nicole Ronigan, and this is our 26th time getting together for our 5 Minutes for Mom series, 5 Minutes for Yourself. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite things to talk about, our lady moon. So when we are coming into our menstrual cycle, all throughout the month, there are ways that we can support our hormonal health, our mood, the physical symptoms, all the things. Okay, so some of my very favorite oils, I have all the caps off today. So for you, we're going to start with Clary Sage. And I love Clary Sage. It's like one of my favorite meditation oils, but for lady moon purposes, it's awesome for symptoms like cramping and bloating. It helps elevate and balance out your hormonal health, and it emotionally helps you go from feeling blocked to feeling imaginative. So I don't know if you're like me, but whenever you are experiencing hormonal stuff, we have a tendency as women to just want to shut down and go off by ourselves. And I think that's just like centuries of like being actually able to go gather with your women and go to the red tent. So I think there's some parts of that are like just in us. But for most of us, I don't know about you, I don't get to just go off for a week by myself or with my lady friends. I have to keep doing life. And so that part of us that wants to kind of shut down, go inward, Clary Sage allows us to do that and connect with our wisdom and the things that we are really wanting to bring into fruition, like that are kind of brewing in us, and that we're releasing too. Because if you think about your cycle, you are releasing what actually didn't become a physical creation or like a baby, right? So you're releasing all the preparation for that. So there's a little bit of a quiet, calm, kind of grounded, earthy somberness to it. You're releasing that. And so sometimes we just wall off because it's uncomfortable, but this helps us kind of keep that imagination. Okay, if not now, then maybe next time. Just keep moving forward. So it helps us stay open and receptive. And that also leads me to Clary Comm, which is a blend that has Clary Sage in it. And then it also has lavender, bergamot, Roman chamomile, ylang ylang, cedarwood, geranium, fennel, carrot seed oil, palmarosa, and vitex oil. So this is awesome for hormones. This will stop cramps dead in their tracks. You may need to reapply every few minutes if you really have severe PMS symptoms that are beyond normal PMS, but this definitely helps your body start to create its own homeostasis. And again, emotionally, it helps you go from feeling guarded to receptive. I just kind of picture this mama wolf or this mama bear that's just rah, get away from me. It helps with that. I'm going to put that on today because I'm feeling the effects of my hormones today a little bit. Okay, so then Whisper. I love Whisper. This is one of my son's favorite oils. And to me, this is just like getting a hug from your grandma. It's like that feminine wisdom that comes down through your generations. Hopefully you had a good relationship with your grandma, because I did. So that's why I associate it with that, but maybe that's not your thing. And you have other wise women in your life, but it just feels like that embrace and also like that, okay. And it helps us really express our feminine wisdom well. And then geranium is one of the oils that when I first started working with the energy of it, I think it's because I'd used other brands that maybe weren't pure essential oil. I had to really get used to it. Also, as you're, first coming into oil, sometimes you do have a lot of blocks around love and trust, especially if you had a lot of stuff happen in your life. And so geranium is a good one for being able to help us to stay open, especially when we're feeling depressed or low or shut down. And I'm not talking about chemical imbalance depressed. I'm talking about emotional, energetic depression. And this helps clear that. If the other kind of depression, work with your doctor. But for sure, use oils to support. And then, when when you're on your lady moon, sometimes you don't always communicate well. So if you're lucky enough to have hinoki oil, use that. But for those of us who don't, use lavender. It just helps open up communication. It helps us communicate from our heart space, not from that place of irritability where we would be like biting heads off. And when you're on your lady moon and you're working with the energy of that, it's really awesome to see what comes up and be able to actually write it down or speak it out. But usually I don't want to speak it out that very week. It's like what kind of marinates for next time. And so lavender helps you get in touch with that, and hinoki goes even deeper if you're lucky enough to have that. And then last but not least, petitgrain. Now petitgrain is like chemical profile wise, it's very similar to lavender, but has even higher linalool content, so it's even more mood elevating than even lavender. And energetically and emotionally, it helps us shift from those unhealthy traditions to healthy family connections. So I put this in here because it helps boost our mood, but also so we're not irritable or snappy and reactive. We actually can maintain those good, healthy connections in our family unit and in the people we interact with. So it's pretty awesome to be able to use this. So you can make a blend, you can be diffusing these oils throughout the week, you can be applying them to your lower abdomen area, anywhere that you feel you want release. And sometimes for me, I put them over my heart area because I'm working with the emotions of that. So when you're on your lady moon, there's some oils that are some of my favorites to work with, and I'd love to hear what you work with too. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.